What's up, folks? Welcome to Black America. Welcome to another video discussing black people and black crime and black issues. Then you have people of a certain community, the black community to be specific, who seem to always decide that this is the best time. This is a great time. We're getting pulled over by an officer of the law. This seems like a great time to start raising hell.
I'm on them tough.
Oh my God. Oh, tough. I'm a tough nigga.
Hey, monster on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a freak though.
If you took like Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens and really like squeezed them out to their very basic form, you would get something like Lilly. See, Lilly stands out to me because of how unoriginal, unfunny, and genuinely unlikable she is. Here's an example of her, I think, just rage baiting for views and impressions.
Here is why I feed my kids McDonald's for every meal. Get your
Notice the black husband.
finger out of my I left for 5 minutes and came home to find these organic, not even peasant bananas massacred. Why?
Ma'am, I don't think you want people to answer that question, actually. The bananas were mauled and massacred. That's what happens when you have a bunch of dicklets. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's true.
I'm not huge on canceling anybody or removing anything bad from the internet because it's going to happen anyways. But how this has been on YouTube for 3 months kind of blows my mind. But I mean, you can see the overarching joke that she's even trying to get at is that black people are like monkeys. Obviously a racist stereotype that goes back a long time. But with Lilly, it's not even funny. It's not even overarchingly like bad. It's just kind of cringe.
Jury duty? No!
This is worse than that event in the 40s that supposedly happened. This is worse because this is actually happening.
So watching this one, it makes me kind of think that this is a troll, like she is a master troll, because obviously I can't really put anything on screen or talk about it, but the event in the 40s, you know, there's a very, very popular event that a lot of people like Lilly in Lilly's mind space believe didn't happen because they're fucking crazy. But like, could you imagine being this upset about somebody having a good time, you know, cosplaying or LARPing? Like, that blows my mind.
Someone that's non-binary should make a big building, and they should put on the front, it's not man-made, it's not women-made, it's they-made.
Wow, something worse than a gay. A disabled gay with a lisp. We really are doomed.
And like, here's just another quick example of, I think, like, pro-level rage bait. Like, it seems so bad. Like, she's trying way too hard to hit that you know, quota of being a racist or a bigot or overly unlikable, right? Like, because this is how her channel gets views. She just went on Pierce Morgan because she had so many bad things to say that even though she's a tiny influencer, they brought her on because of how inappropriate she was. And she had this to say.
Well, Lilly Gaddis, you posted a defense of Shiloh on X. It's been viewed 2.5 million times. Stand with Shiloh Hendricks.
Here's the thing, white people have been under attack for years. It's been systematic racism. As much as black people and people of color want to talk about systematic racism in the United States, it's quite the opposite. They get preferential treatment when it comes to getting a job, when it comes to getting into colleges. White people, on the other hand, have been getting attacked relentlessly. Look at 2016 and BLM and all the riots. We just had to sit back and watch people burn down our cities and do nothing about it. The way to fight back against essentially this anti-white hatred that's been systemically, you know, ingrained in US society is with white unity.
Sorry, just to be clear, this has got nothing to do with anything you just said.
It's not about her. It's not about her. It's about
Well, it is
white
about
people
her.
coming together and supporting another white person, and it doesn't matter.
Why
what
would
she
you want to
says.
support a white racist?
Because I want to support free speech, and you cannot have free speech in the country.
No,
if you
that's
have...
fine. You can support free speech, but you also have to be accountable for what you say. Would you use the N-word out of interest?
Yes.
You would?
I do, quite frequently.
You use the M-word quite frequently. Well, why? Other than the fact you're a despicable racist. Are you? Are you?
Sure, I'll embrace that. If that means forwarding, you know, helping white people achieve freedom of speech, real freedom of speech, which, by the way, Shiloh Hendricks is being attacked on all fronts. They're trying to bring legal charges against her. They're trying to get her children taken away.
You just said to me you use the N-word regularly. In what context? Do you use it with black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
So you're an unashamed racist.
Correct.
So I'm going to cut the clip off there because that was kind of the viral thing that got my attention drawn to Lilly. The full clip will be down in the description if you want the, full context or whatever. But she is referencing somebody named Shiloh Hendricks. And what Shiloh did was throw racial slurs at a young black child. Now, she said this because the child was allegedly rummaging through her bag, which she claims he was stealing something. Now, even if that is absolutely unequivocally the case, this is a fucking child.
Call him the child? Did you call the child the word? It is my own business. You call him a Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again? Okay. All right, that's what you say.
You don't go digging through people's you dumb.
Nobody digging through your
A little kid just did, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him a
Yeah.
The little child?
What if he acts like one, he's gonna...
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child 5-year-old and the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
That's
like.
what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
You know, that's a hate speech. And you can be recorded for that.
I don't give a
Huh.
How many times have you been in public or at a family function or anything like that and children are messing around in cabinets or in bags or in like other children's toys? Like, the fact that this crazy bitch said something like that to a child is despicable and disgusting. And if you really want to be even more pissed off, she raised $249,000 in GoFundMe for people not paying for the child or the child's parents that had to be subjected to this. No, they were paying the racist bitch this money, and thankfully the GoFundMe got taken down, and I really hope that means that she didn't get the money. Anyways, Lilly took the position of obviously defending Shiloh to the point that she gained a lot of views, way more views than she usually gets, which ended her up on Piers Morgan. And I don't really like Piers all that much, but he did put her in her place pretty well here.
Well, do you understand that makes you a despicable human being?
I guess so. I don't really care. I mean, why are we not talking about Shiloh Hendricks? Why are we talking about?
Well, actually, I think you've moved it on in this debate very quickly to your own racism, which explains why you've supported her in public and why you've got all these views. And shame on you.
Well, shame on white people for allowing themselves to be systematically discriminated against in the United States. This is our country. This is a country that should be.
What do you mean your
majority-
country? That they've all just landed in America, invading
Yes.
your white country. Is that your position?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they were brought here technically. Racism is just having a preference. I prefer not to live around black people. I prefer not to live in a country where white people in our country are disproportionately attacked by black people.
Because you've literally made black people sound lesser humans. You don't want to live around them. You want to use the N-word in relation to them, a word that you know causes that community unbelievable
Is that my
offense.
fault? Is that my fault? If they have bad behavior, if they want to act in a certain way, if I have to cross the street and be afraid that maybe because of the crime statistics that are very real, by the way, is that my fault or is that their fault for having bad behavior?
You've had a bit of time to think about this. Is that how you want people to leave this panel debate, with thinking of you as a disgusting racist?
I don't really care what people think about me. As long as you care about what people think about you, you have no power and you lose your country. What I care about is freedom of speech. And if you're not allowed to say the most offensive things in this country, you do not have freedom of speech. I don't care what anybody says. I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly. And you will
Well, go
not
on then,
have
say
free-
it. Say
You
the
will
N-
not have
Go on,
free
say.
speech.
Go on, say the N-word. Go on.
I'm not
No,
ashamed.
hang
Don't
on.
invite. No.
No.
I don't want you to invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me, because I'm the only on here. So if she says it, I'm the victim of it. So please don't invite her for ratings to call me the N-word, because that's basically what it's going to be. There's a bunch of white people up here. You and one Uncle Tom on the left here, and to ask her to say the N-word while I'm here is ridiculous. You would not sit here with a Jewish person and say, please use a Jewish slur in front of this Jewish. It's ridiculous. I understand you don't have any bad intent, Piers. I understand what you're trying to do, but we
you know
already
what,
know
Mark?
she's
I
racist,
hear you.
and I don't want to invite
Mark,
a racial harm to me.
I
to
hear
prove
you. I hear you, and I accept that, and we'll leave it there.
So right there, I think is the little bit of an interesting thing is like maybe she's just peddling this freedom of speech movement by being super bombastic and saying absolutely the worst thing that you can say, which why I don't here at the Comical Chris channel condone any sort of racism or sexism or bigotry. I guess that's slightly a point, right? Like if you can't say whatever you want, we don't truly have freedom of speech. However, I think if she can go around blurting whatever she wants, you know, she deserves to get her ass beat for it. I'm just being honest with you. People people should have freedom to beat this bitch's face in. And I'm just, you know, Lilly, I'm gonna be sexist on this channel one time for just you, sweetheart. I want you to go into a kitchen, go do your dishes. I want you to clean up after your husband or your brother, which you gave weird hard eyes to in one of your YouTube shorts, which there's definitely something going on there. I want you to go do the dishes and make meals for him and clean up after your kids. And I don't want you to leave your house. I don't want you to come out in public. I want you to stay home, never touch the internet again, and not have to have any of us ever see you again, because you're honestly human filth, and I think this is a bit, and if it's not, well, you're still pretty trash. So let me know what you guys thought about today's video down in the comments. It feels good to be back, and I'll see you guys next time.